Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm bringing you guys episode 6 of Building Teth in LEGO. Today is a big episode, guys, because I actually attached the ATTE to the side of the mountain. But before we get into that, and all of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed, so if you are new around here and you are enjoying the content, be sure to subscribe to help support the channel. But I won't hold you guys up any longer, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alright guys, welcome to the episode. I'm kind of jumping into things kind of midway. As you can see, some stuff has already been done, but I just kind of one day decided to do this, to try this out, and so I just did it without really recording anything, just to try it out, and it ended up working quite well. So a lot of this might be a surprise to a lot of you guys, since my plans for this mock, I said I didn't really plan on having an ATTE anywhere on the build, especially not on the battlefield, just because there's not enough space. And then the mountain didn't really seem like a great idea at the time, just because of, you know, it's an ATTE sideways on a mountain. And also, I thought it might kind of mess up with how my my plans up here were to have a platform and stuff. I didn't really think I'd have enough space to really get it done. But what I've managed to do here, I'm pretty happy with. So I'm going to go ahead and jump into showing you guys what I've managed to do here. So I wanted to have the ATTE basically up on the mountain, like floating on there. I didn't want to have it attached to at all to the ground. But I wanted to have it pretty much as low as possible to the ground and off to the side, like basically what position it is now, just so that whenever I do build the mountain up and I have the platform up here, it doesn't really interfere with that too much. Especially in the middle, it'd be really hard just because it kind of extends out here in the middle. So doing on the side was definitely the best option, and since this area over here was already kind of, you know, not built up all the way, I thought it was a great time to try that out and see what I could do. You might also notice that I've built up the mountain over here on the right side quite significantly as well. And I plan on working that more in this episode. I know I said I wanted to touch on the plants today and get this terrain done, but I really had this idea just because I wanted to do something big for this mock. So decided that this was kind of the main priority. So decided to get that done this episode. Hopefully in the next coming episodes, once I get this all finalized and completed, I can get to work on the terrain and the plants down here. So you might be wondering how I exactly did this. Well, first started off with me just building this super, you know, structurally sound pillar here, this pretty massive and thick pillar here. Attached it super well, just use a lot of bricks, use some Technic pieces there in the middle just to try to, because I didn't want to use too many of these bricks, just because I do have to build like up the side with the gray bricks, and I'm going to be using my light bluish gray bricks for the platform up here, so I kind of needed to conserve bricks when I could, so I try to throw in these Technic beams, which are very sturdy as well, so they were great to throw in there anyways. But basically up here at the top, I just have some more Technic beams, and I have some Technic rods kind of thrown through some more Technic beams. This one I'm using a little bit of a shorter one just because I only had one of these longer ones, but it seems to be holding so far. And I've just kind of put some of these little clips here just to kind of help hold the Technic beam in there a little bit better. Then up here at the front, I have a couple of cylinders, and which the rod is going through right here, and that's just attached to a plate at the end. And that plate is just simply stuck onto the feet at all. There isn't a Technic beam going through the feet at all, which I thought I might have to do just to be able to support this thing, but I've had this thing up here just like this for about 2 days now. It hasn't fallen over. It doesn't look like it's been looking like it's gonna fall over. It's basically looked like this the entire time, so I'm pretty confident with this, and I will have to take it down, which is why I want to record this now and show you guys what I've done, because I might not be able to get it back up by the end of this episode, depending on how much of the rock work I get done. So I might have to revisit this design. Maybe I might order some better Technic pins, maybe, and maybe modify the feet a little bit towards the end once I get the mountain build up, depending on, you know, what happens. But for now, this design that I have here is holding pretty well. And also show you guys what I did down here. Right here, I've just attached this foot to the mountain with just a little pin there. And then this foot is currently dangling, which I didn't really plan on having originally, but it kind of just looks like the walker just kind of made it onto the mountain, like it just got off the ground. So I think it's kind of a nice little addition there. And over here on the right, we have this foot, which is actually doing a lot of the supporting work as well, because that is actually the only spot where it's attached onto the mountain, because I really just didn't want to tear up this bottom part. So that is currently just kind of resting there on some of the slopes, but these studs here are actually supporting up that foot a lot. So if that foot wasn't there, this thing wouldn't be held up right now. So that is a very important part of this structure here. And then this one is just simply resting up there. I just kind of moved it up a little bit just to make it look like the walker is moving up the mountain. But that's basically a little summary of what I've gotten done so far. I might get a custom ATTE down the road. Currently, I don't really plan on it just because, you know, they're expensive. And I've worked on like figuring out how to attach this one here, so I don't know how difficult a custom one would be to attach. But the rest of this episode, I really just plan to build up on the mountain, so I'll shoot a couple time lapses of me doing that, and yeah, then we'll go ahead and close out the episode. Alright everybody, let's go ahead and just hop right into the progress that I've made. I'm pretty sure I did basically all of this from the time-lapse, from what the progress should have been from my last, like, you know, clip of me actually talking to you guys. So hopefully it got all on there, but mountain made significant progress on the mountain, pretty much built, let's say, like this section up here, and as well as some more under the ATTE, which I'll show you guys. But I did have to stop just because I am running out of light bluish gray slopes, and also running out of some like 1x2. You can see like in the rock work, I'm throwing in a lot of 1x2 dark bluish gray bricks to kind of stop the mountain from sloping up too much. So running low on a couple of those pieces, so I'm gonna have to chill on the mountain for now and just show you guys the progress that I've made. But yeah, the mountain is definitely looking a lot more like a mountain now, so happy to see that. And you might also notice that I have a tower up there, and I'm honestly, it looks way bigger on camera than it does in real life, but which I guess is kind of a good thing. That is kind of like the dream height for the mountain at this point, especially since I do have an ATT on the side now. I need to make it a little bit higher, I think. That would be kind of the dream point, basically doubling where I'm at now. Don't know how realistic that is, considering, you know, how many slopes I'll be able to get and, you know, how much that'll cost, but that would be the dream point. More realistically would probably be like more like up here. I definitely want to have, you know, a substantial amount above the ATTE to make it not feel so squashed, but I thought I'd show you guys that and just kind of show you. I mean, it would be sick to have it that tall, but yeah, might be a little bit unrealistic to reach that height. Moving around the side here, I'll kind of show you guys what I exactly did to kind of go around the feet and have it somewhat look like it's attached to the mountain. So I showed you guys what I did earlier, and basically I surrounded little cylinders the best I could. I kind of used bricks behind them, so the feet aren't exactly, you know, connected onto the mountain. It's not flush with it. That's really the best I could do, especially considering it's sloping up. If it was like a flat cliff face, then it would be a lot easier to make it look more flush. But, you know, I think that's a pretty decent job there. And especially if you go from this side or the other side of the mock over here, it looks like it's completely flush just because it kind of dips back behind this little, you know, extended piece right here. So it really looks like it's attached, and from, you know, the front facing view, it does as well, as only if you get really up close from this angle. But everything else is the same. I'll show you guys, you know, I did build up this mountain pretty much behind here all the way. I am kind of not building up this area because I do have to make this side detail, like fill that in all the way and start getting this side crack detail like I have on the other side going here as well. So I'm going to wait before I start doing that to build up this part of the mountain. But yeah, this is overall just looking so much better. You can also see I can finally make that scene from Teth with Ahsoka on top of the ATTE, so definitely be having that in the mock. Give you one more look at the back of the mock. You can see all of the bricks gone into the structure behind the mountain, as well as this massive tower. I did connect up the mountain with this tower, so it's really sturdy around here. Hopefully nothing's going to be falling over or getting misaligned, because if that happens, then we're kind of at an issue here. So that's going to about wrap up for this week's episode. Hope you guys did go on to enjoy it. Next week, I plan on taking a little bit of a break from the mountain and all of this this stuff up here, and kind of focusing more on the terrain like I did plan on doing this episode, but kind of, you know, got sidetracked with the whole ATTE and stuff. So I really plan on, you know, filling up this side, maybe starting that back wall there. So maybe a little bit work up there, but really completing that and finishing up the terrain details for sure, and then maybe some prototypes for the plants, and getting your guys' opinions on that as well would be a good thing to do. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!